guys, welcome back. Today I'm starting a new semi-frequent, semi-regular video series, as you can tell by the title, called The State of Halo. Not just Infinite, but the franchise as a whole, but I guess for now it will mainly focus on Halo Infinite. Basically, the thesis of these videos is I want to make them probably every few months, not to sound too like official or businessy or anything, but maybe like every quarter or so. And I want them to partly act as like a news roundup for any news that I've not dedicated an entire video to already, but also to act as kind of like a sentiment check for how we're all feeling about Halo and for how Halo as a franchise is kind of doing as it tries to rebuild itself like what, the 6th or 7th time at this point. So I guess that is probably a really good place to start. I want to hear how you guys are feeling about Halo right now. Let me know in the comments. Are you playing Halo actively right now? Are you playing MCC or Infinite? Are you excited for the winter update or for season 3 or for anything else that's coming in the future for Halo or Halo Infinite? Or are you not feeling too excited by Halo right now? Are you not actively playing it? Let me know down below in the comments. Let me honestly just get your honest thoughts, because that's partly what these videos are for. I think it'd be quite interesting over time as Infinite does hopefully get better and the Halo franchise starts to kind of put itself back together, to kind of track the sentiment of people as time goes on. So be perfectly honest down below. If you're loving Infinite right now, let me know. If you're not so fond of it, let me know. Let's hear it down below in the comments. For me, personally, I'm not playing Halo right now. I am, at this point, clinically addicted to Escape from Tarkov. And to be honest, that's not really a surprise, considering it blends the two best elements of the two games that I've been most addicted to in my life outside of Halo. So it's got like all the kind of military, hardcore, tactical, survivor shooter, looter shooter elements of DayZ that I've been addicted to for like 10 years at this point put into it, mixed in with all of like the MMO and skill progression elements of RuneScape that you guys know I've been addicted to since I was 6 years old, I think, since about 2004. So it's a great blend of those two games, and I'm so addicted to it right now. Honestly, like playing Halo, at least playing Halo Infinite right now doesn't even cross my mind. The only time I ever play Halo at the moment is for MCC mods, which is the thing keeping me interested in Halo mostly right now. There are some fantastic things coming out of the modding scene, and I'm hoping that that kind of stuff translates over to Forge with Infinite, and it gives me the same kind of feeling for Halo Infinite after the winter update in November, but we'll see. And regarding that winter update and season 3 as well, the updates just kind of look fine to me. Like, they don't really excite me at all. They're not updates that I'm gonna get up in the morning and be like really excited to get on and play for, you know, like how I feel with Tarkov right now, or how I felt with Halo in the past, for example, how I felt with Infinite when it first came out. I genuinely felt that. I got up in the morning, I was like, I've got to make a video, but I really just want to play Infinite, and I don't have that feeling anymore. But my hope is that hopefully, fingers crossed, Forge can do that. But the thing is, like, I don't know, these updates, the content of these updates that's coming out for Infinite, it's just like little pieces of an overall picture. I love VIP. Personally, VIP is one of my favorite Halo game modes, and it's obviously very underrated because it's not been in Halo, as far as I can remember, since Halo 3. Regicide was in Halo 4, which was kind of like a malformation of it. It kind of like blended Juggernaut with VIP, but we've not had proper VIP since Halo 3, and Infinite's getting it back in Season 3, which is really exciting because I love it. But at the same time, like, Halo is about more than just one specific feature. For me, the kind of draw of a Halo game is the full package element of it, or element that it used to have, at least, and I think Infinite is a long way off having that full package. Features that I love, like VIP and a progression system, for example, coming back to Infinite, are great, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for them, but the reason Halo 3 was so successful, and the reason that Halo 3 hooked me so much, wasn't because of any one specific feature. Rather, it was because of the vast ecosystem of features that it had. You play games of social matchmaking to get XP, you play ranked modes to increase your rank, both of which progress your military rank that, as you rank up, unlocks armor for you to show off, and so does completing unique challenges with your friends in the campaign. And then, once you've unlocked the armor that you want, you can hop into theater to take pictures of your new armor in a multiplayer game, or record a cool clip that you got with it that you can then share on your file share, along with other custom game modes that you've made and custom maps that you've made in Forge that you can download from other people's file shares and play with your friends, or play with people that you met in matchmaking. It's this kind of system of every feature interacting with the next in a perpetual loop that ensured back in Halo 3 you always had something to do, and Halo Reach as well. And this is why, as much as I do like these specific features, and I'm happy that they are being added back to Infinite, I can't get that excited because I don't think the game's gonna hook me as much as it has done in the past, because you need that like ecosystem of features that feed into one another, and I think Infinite's a long way off getting that. At the end of the day, these individual features are just sums of a greater part. Okay, let's talk briefly about the supposed, leaked, rumored Halo engine switch. Now, before we talk about this, I want to just reiterate that this is rumored right now. Nothing has been confirmed either way for this, so just take this with a grain of salt. But there have been rumors recently about 343 possibly switching from the Halo engine, which currently is Slipspace, to Unreal Engine 5, which would be the first ever major engine switch for Halo as a franchise since its inception, which is quite a big deal. Now, like I said, these rumors are just that. They are rumors. Don't put all your stock in them. Ponder on them, think about them a little bit, but don't think the reality because we don't know for sure. That said though, personally, I could see a world in which these rumors are true. David Berger, the lead architect of the Slipspace engine, has now left 343, and I think at least from a very amateurish outside perspective, it's clear that the engine isn't exactly the sturdiest of foundations. It definitely doesn't seem like an engine to build the next 10 years of Halo on for sure. Things like the egregious desync and the fact that the UI is just so it just feels so unstable and brittle. The UI feels like the UI version of this image right here, where every time I first boot the game and the UI has to take like a minute and a half to load, this is the first image that comes to mind. I also think that switching to Unreal Engine makes a lot of sense in terms of hirings as well. The Halo engine is entirely its own beast. There's nothing out there in the industry that's like it. Halo is literally the only game, at least currently, that uses any kind of version of the Halo engine. There was Stubbs the Zombie in like 2004 that used it, and then there was also Shadowrun, I believe it was, that was prototyped on it in like 2006, but other than that, nothing else uses the Halo engine. It is just Halo that uses it. So when it comes to hiring new people to work on your game, especially contract workers who are only there for 18 months, they have to spend time learning the tools for the engine before they can actually be at kind of peak efficiency with them. Whereas if they use Unreal Engine, which as far as I'm aware is, if not the most popular engine in the industry, like one of the top 2 or top 3, then people they hire are going to come into the job with pre-existing knowledge of how to use the engine and its tools efficiently, so there's no kind of break-in period where they have to learn how the engine works. Just to kind of add a little disclaimer to this, I don't know how game engines work. This is purely like an amateurish take on this. This is my thoughts from someone who has never messed around with the game engine in any way, shape, or form. Just my kind of amateurish kind of take on the whole thing. Whether these rumors are true or not, I think we're going to be waiting quite a long time to find out, but I can see a reality in which there's some credence to it, but then I could also see him just sticking with Slipspace now they put so much work into it. We'll have to wait and see. And speaking about things that could be quite far away, the Halo Battle Royale Tatanka. Obviously, we've got the elusive Halo Battle Royale on the horizon that's being developed by Certain Affinity, led by Halo Bungie legend Max Hoberman, but how far out on the horizon it is currently in question. So a lot of credible leakers recently, Sean W., Jez Corden of Windows Central, and a few other people have suggested that the Battle Royale has been delayed or has been pushed back to potentially 2024. So maybe even another 2 years away from now. And further, these leakers are reporting that there's a chance that Tatanka could be the first Halo project to be in Unreal Engine. Again, that's still a rumor. All of these are just rumors, bear that in mind, but there's a chance it could be. Now, 2024 is a long time away. God, maybe this is the doomer in me, right? Or I guess boomer now, but like whenever I think about a year that's in the distance, I think about what age I'm going to be in that year. And I'll be 28 in No, the less mind I pay to that, the better. Maybe we get like a Warzone-esque release where they release it in like March or in first or second quarter of the year. So that would be like a year and a half away. But if they don't and they release it in the typical kind of game release season of October, November, then we're about 2 years away from the Halo Battle Royale. And right now, it's looking, at least to me, based on how the industry's going, that Tarkov-esque extraction shooters are kind of like being brewed like beneath the surface of the industry as the next major trend after Battle Royale. And I just have a little bit of a concern that maybe Halo might be a bit too late to the BR trend. Hopefully not. I actually do have quite a lot of hope for the Halo Battle Royale because I think Halo as a game, as a formula, is very well fit to Battle Royale, and I think Certain Affinity will probably do a pretty good job with it, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, there's a chance it's been delayed. I mean, it's not even been, I say it's been delayed, it's not even been confirmed yet. 343 have never even mentioned anything about it, so I'm thinking probably next E3 maybe we get an announcement for it, or around that time we get hints about it, but it's not even been officially confirmed yet. I mean, it's like the worst kept secret on planet Earth, but yeah, I'll have to wait and see when that comes out. In terms of something more immediate, we've got HCS Worlds next week in Seattle, which your boy's gonna be at, which should be pretty fun. HCS has been like the one consistent thing throughout Infinite that has kept me interested in the game, and the HCS shows are always done really, really well, so I'm excited for that, and if you see me there, then make sure you say hello. After that, we have the Winter Update, of course, coming out on November 8th, which brings with it the Forge Beta, Match XP Beta, Co-op Campaign and Mission Replay, Reach Armors coming in a free 30-tier Battle Pass, 2 new Forge maps, Covert 1 Flag, a new game mode, an event in December called Winter Contingency 2, and then an event in January called Joint Fire. Now for some Halo TV show news, and I don't want to jump the gun here or get overly excited, but the news is actually quite decent. I think it could be, at least. Season 2 has a new showrunner. Stephen Kane has left, and we have a new guy called David Weiner. I think that's how you pronounce it. David Weiner? Weiner? One of the two. I'm not gonna lie, this actually does give me hope, because David Weiner, or Weiner, was the showrunner for Season 1 and 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, which, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated shows of all time. People didn't give it any credit because it was like, oh, it's a cash grab Walking Dead spin-off, and I didn't initially. And then a few years after it came out, I went back and I rewatched it, and Season 1 and 2 and 3 of Fear the Walking Dead was so damn good. 4, 5, and anything after that is no, but 1, 2, and 3 are excellent, and he was the showrunner for the 1 and 2, which gives me hope. Joseph Morgan, who was one of the main characters, I believe, in Vampire Diaries. I've never seen Vampire Diaries, but I know it's got a massive following and he seems really popular, which is pretty good, has been cast as the one and only James Ackerson, one of the figureheads of the Spartan 3 program and one of Halsey's biggest rivals. So there's a chance maybe in Season 2 that we see some Spartan 3s. I wouldn't put it past him to do like a very fan servicey but kind of cool Noble Team cameo. I could see something like that, but that could be quite interesting. And then also, Christina Rodlow has been cast as Talia Perez, a new character, a rookie linguistics specialist who I'm assuming will work with Halsey. Season 2 of the TV show has already started shooting, and I do have more hope for it, like I said, because of David Weiner at the helm of the project. But I'm not going to sit here and say I'm excited for it, because Season 1 was such a total and utter dumpster fire of a season of a show that it is going to take a U-turn of galactic proportions to get me really invested in this show. And actually, regarding that, there's something quite interesting that I noticed recently that I was going to make a dedicated video about it, but didn't really seem fit for it, so I'm just going to mention it here. So I'm sure many of you have already watched it. I haven't yet, but I'm going to. Cyberpunk Edgerunners came out recently, a Netflix original cyberpunk-based anime set in the cyberpunk universe, and it's been absolutely lauded as a fantastic integration into that universe. People seem to love it, and as a consequence, the population of Cyberpunk 2077 has gone through the roof. And I believe that a similar thing happened as well when the Witcher TV show came out a few years ago. Witcher 3's population also went through the roof. And this has kind of cemented to me that the Halo TV show, I don't think, was very successful at all in reaching that sacred, broader audience, because if it had reached it, like Cyberpunk Edgerunners did, and like The Witcher show did, then we would have seen a notable bump in Infinite's population, and at least from what I remember, the population didn't move in the slightest. It was like there was no TV show airing whatsoever. And bear in mind, Cyberpunk and The Witcher are both paid for premium games, whereas Infinite is a free-to-play title, at least the multiplayer is, on PC, all the Xbox One consoles, and all the Xbox Series consoles as well, and the population still didn't budge. Just something interesting to consider. And finally, on that note, I'm going to round out these State of Halo videos with a popularity check. Starting off looking at the population of Infinite on Steam. These pictures, by the way, were taken at 5 PM on a Monday in the UK, so what's that? 9 AM Pacific? 12 midday Eastern in the US. Steam ain't looking too hot, but it does seem to have found like a steady baseline, and on the Xbox Most Played chart in the US, Halo Infinite is currently 20th, but it's quite a bit higher than Vanguard, which, I don't know, that kind of makes me happy to see, to be honest with you. Yeah, as low as the population seems for Infinite right now, it does seem to have found like a pretty stable floor, at least for now. At the end of this month, Modern Warfare 2 is coming out, and I've got a feeling that literally every single shooter game on the market is going to see a marked decrease in its population when that game comes out. How long that'll last, you never know. I mean, people normally get bored of the newest Call of Duty in the first like 3 months and then go back to what they were playing before, so we'll see. But with Modern Warfare 2 being the only Call of Duty until 2024, it's the first 2-year Call of Duty, maybe that'll be different. Maybe people will have more an attachment to it because all their like prestiges, although they got rid of prestiges, didn't they? Yay, love that. All their progression and like camos and stuff won't just go away later next year. So maybe that'll change it. Who knows though? Who knows? Only time will tell. But yeah, that should round out the first State of the Halo franchise video that I'm going to be making. Like I said, I want to do them maybe every quarter or so. Honestly, the thing that I'm most intrigued about with these videos is kind of tracking all of you guys' sentiment across them as they try and reach seasonality with Infinite, and as Infinite gets all the content added back to it that should have been there on day one. It's going to be interesting to kind of track the sentiment of like the overall view on Halo and the franchise and population as well as we go along. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but if you guys enjoyed this video, then show support. Damn typical YouTube crap, as I always say. And yeah, I'm going to round this video out here. I want to give a massive thank you to all of my amazing patrons for the continued support over there, as per usual. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you all so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate all of you guys. I love you all so much. And I'll catch you all in the next one.